It's me, Kristian Harloff. Happy to be back here on this very, very special day. I'm excited about it. We did this last week. We thought about doing, well, actually, to be honest, Mark Ellis came up with a great idea. And here he is, I think. There he is. I figured it out, Mark. I got it.
I'm very proud of you. You look a little bit like R2-D2 trying to unlock the garbage disposal system in the Death Star from A New Hope, but you figured it out. We're all fine in here now. How are you?
I'm fine. I don't know how long I'm going to be able to keep this up because I'm excited in the fact that I was actually able to get all of this going because the Skype, this whole thing for people who watch SEN have known the Skype thing has been kind of a disaster, but today it worked. And I had Winston on for a full 2 hours. So I said,
what did you do?
What I don't know what we did. It was just we had Clark on. The stream interrupted 70,000 times. It was like everything kept screwing around. The first time I tried, remember when I set it up with you? And
I do.
And I was like, okay, this is working good. And then something happened. It was all screwed up. But I was like, all right, just me and you. I'm just gonna have me and you. And then I'm like, wait a minute, I can't just have me and you because if I do that, I'd be cheating because I got to give the fans a little bit of the crew, a good taste.
Well, we're not enough.
We're enough, but I also figured we'd bring in this character. Look at this guy. Look at this, Riley. Mark Riley is here. Hello,
I'm
Riley.
Here. Hi.
You are here. Nice to
everybody.
see you. Nice
good
to see you. It's good to have
so
you.
much fun.
It's really good to have everybody here. And
It makes me so happy to know I'm looking at your faces here in the middle of a pandemic.
Yeah, well, you are in the middle of a pandemic, and we need to be soothed during this. And as much as I love Ellis and as much as I love you, there's only one person that soothes me, and that's this guy. There he is. Look at Ken Knapsack just sitting there. Look at him. Look at him. What are you doing over there?
I love this.
I don't know. Am I on?
You are on.
Yeah, I can see that's what it's. Are we on?
Yeah, you're on.
Yeah.
Are we on?
Yeah.
Are we on? Yeah. So
it's hard to.
It is.
Garbage disposal.
Listen, Ken, the way that I figured you out of anybody would be most excited because we got to treat this thing more like a podcast than anything else too. And I'll just you guys just talk and I'll switch the cameras like a switching idiot.
You're a regular old Johnny Ice over there.
I'm trying to be.
So
Go ahead, Mark.
Here's my big question. And first of all, welcome to all the fans. I saw that it would not be a proper Schmoes reunion unless you had OG fans that were hanging out in the chat room.
Right.
And Leanne Lecunter is here tonight, live from New Jersey.
That is
Wow.
okay. How about that?
That's incredible.
That's what we need for her.
Yeah.
We need a good applause break.
Kristian, I have a question for you.
Sure.
So you said that the stream using Skype went down approximately 70,000 times this morning. So
Not this morning. Not this morning.
It worked fine this morning.
Yeah, no, this morning we had full 2 hours, not one glitch.
Oh.
And I was nervous because I said, I'm only putting one person in. And then this morning, and then today I got, it worked for 2 hours. I'm like, okay, great. Let's put 3 people in there. I'm like, oh, sure, let's put 12 in. So I don't know how many people before it crashes. If it does crash, by the way, we decided we'll use StreamYards, but we wanted to be able to, we are going to be using streamlabs.com/the Schmodown, and the Schmobot will be on the whole entire time. But I figure what we can do is we're just going to talk about basically what we did in March.
Wait. Well, you skipped over something. What was that thing you said in the middle?
What's that?
What was that?
What was that middle part again?
Oh, sorry. I said that people are here watching, and that
No.
what did I say? I said, that people will be here all night, and they'll have a lot of people in the chat.
Okay, then if you're going to put that godforsaken Schmobot on, then here's what I'm going to do. For the very first time in the history of any phase of Schmoes Know, Mark Ellis is going to do drugs on the show.
Look at you. So, what is that? Oh, is that weed beer?
It's a pot soda, and it's oh
my God.
10 milligrams THC.
What does pot soda do?
10 milligrams THC, and here's the best part: 0 calories and no gluten. So
what does it taste like?
Everybody. It's actually really good. It's refreshing.
That's not an answer.
Are we taking edibles now? I mean, because I could do. I mean, we can do this here. I mean, look at you.
Look at you.
It tastes like gummy bears. It's really good.
Josh McCook is
nice.
My favorite is cutting back to Ken. How you
You know
doing,
what's
Ken?
interesting because we can't see like what you're doing.
I know.
So
I love
it's really,
it. I love
okay.
it. It's like it's what I've been wanting to do with you characters for 8 years. Now I finally can because Ken's killing me. Ken's killing
To
me.
be fair to Ken, that's the look that he had on his face every week when we did Schmoes No, because the cameras were usually on Kristian and I, and Ken for a long time was like pit bossing and producing.
Right.
And so he was the one making sure all the zany cast characters were in their proper spots and who's on the couch tonight and who are the guests and all that stuff. So that's the exact look that was staring at us, and now the world gets to see it instead.
That's right, and I'm glad that you did. What? Ken, explain yourself.
Did Sackhoff get here on time?
No.
Where's Sackhoff?
You know, it's funny.
Is
Actually,
she downstairs in the lobby?
I actually reached out to her, and she
Day today.
She had a great day today. She posted. No, she did. She posted. She had her birthday was yesterday, and she got engaged. Katie Sack. I mean, it's a public thing.
She did?
It's a public thing. So,
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, she got engaged to Robin, who we had a pleasure, Riley, of meeting at Universal Horror Nights.
He was great. He was a nice guy.
Yeah. So then, so she's. I had sent her a happy birthday message yesterday. And she said, "Oh, I got to, because she actually was on the disaster of this Skype show we tried to do the other day, and everything started getting cut off, and we didn't get her on at all. She's like, I want to come on, so I invited her tonight, but I don't know if she's around. So, but anyway, so what the hell? What have you guys been doing, Riley? I know you've been doing a lot. You've been doing a lot of streaming, and what else? How's it going? Is everybody else losing their fucking minds at this point?
Yeah.
Riley?
Hey Siri. Yeah. Hey Siri. Text Katie Sackhoff happy birthday. Siri. Text Katie Siri.
No, see, you don't know my phone.
Katie Sackhoff.
No, you don't know my phone. You got to do Sadie. Siri.
That's good. You said Sadie.
Text Katie S. That's how you have to do it. Katie S.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Riley, tell us you're losing your mind.
I'm good. We're hanging in there. I mean, it's not lost on me, guys. This Saturday is when I would have been getting married, so we're dealing with that right now, and it's a little bit tough that we're like, okay, but we're gonna take a drive. We're probably gonna literally just drive up to where we got engaged and look at it, and then drive home.
Yeah. That's a nice kind of placeholder. I mean, I don't know how you feel, Riley, because I had 3 gigs this Saturday night that I was totally gonna ditch your wedding. And
you were gonna. Yeah, so you had already got it. Okay, good to know for next time. Okay.
Yeah, but we were all very excited to go to your wedding, and it was what somebody Amy, super fan, actually reminded me that this coming, I think it's Saturday, is the 1-year anniversary of taping Dog Stepfather.
Is it really?
Chicago.
All right, that makes sense. Was it? Right. April and
it is.
Yeah.
It is because we were there a year ago, and that was our 5-year anniversary, and we were having so much fun at that show, Mark Ellis. But yeah, so Kristian, your answer, we're fine.
Yeah.
We dealt with it. We've moved it. We're now just. So I'm doing my streams Monday, Wednesday, Thursdays, and here we are, and I'm glad to be here with you guys. Your faces, because we're stuck indoors like the rest of the world.
Ken, how you holding up?
I'm okay. I'm okay, man. It's starting to get a little stir crazy, but we're hanging in there. I've been more busy. I haven't been this busy in a long time. So it's good.
It forces you to be busy because it's like, it's either that or you just start stirring in your own thoughts, and it's like you got to do something. What have you been doing?
Just broadcasting, man, and getting a lot of things up and going. Got that new baseball podcast feed coming in about 2 weeks. Box Score Heroes. Just working on that kind of thing. And a lot of projects about. Now's the time to kind of build up our own stuff, and so I'm fortunate enough to be able to do that.
Yeah. And Ellis, so you've been, because Ellis, every time I talk to you, you're doing a lot of different things with, not just broadcasting with your game show and stuff too, but Rotten Tomatoes, you're doing a lot of things too, right?
Yeah. It's pretty much par for the course here, except I get to do more drugs than I used to.
You're allowed to do. It's so funny.
That's good.
Reverse roles here.
It's still not during the day though. Like I only do this stuff to calm down at the end of the night and go to sleep. But it's very interesting working from home as much as I have, because usually like if you go to Rotten Tomatoes, you got to drive to Beverly Hills, or if you need to work downtown, you need to go to Hollywood to do stand up or whatever. Like stand up's the only really thing that I'm missing right now.
Right.
Because human interaction, I could take it or leave it. but doing stand-up, like, there's nothing that replaces that feeling.
Well, right, yeah, that's another thing I was going to ask you, because I mean, I know it. I mean, all of us, minus Riley here, have been through it as far as being on instead of stand-up stage, and once if you don't find something to kind of, it's a drug, stand up, and like you're doing it every single night, so it's got to be tough. We just watching a lot of sports and a lot of Wii golf.
I basically traded stand up for drugs. I think that's usually how it works.
It is.
Worried about that.
Yeah.
Ellis, I loved it when you did the roaming Schmo down, and you threw some questions at our friends, and just and then can you tell me where Primrose is?
I'm waiting for a ruling from Commissioner Wolf as to whether that's an officially sanctioned match or not. So I don't know if factions get points for that match, but Brandon.
I was assuming it was.
Hey, Roaring just wanted to send love and positivity to you beautiful people from a die-hard fan.
That was very nice. David Sanchez said wanted to send love and positivity to all the beautiful people from a diehard fan. Thank you, David. That's awesome. That's really cool.
Schmobot, you're 1 for 1.
1 for 1 so far. Yeah, you missed the Schmobot, don't you? So he was very nice. Ken's
but Kristian, I have to ask you, what's it like in this current day and age with like a family?
It's nuts.
Yeah,
it's nuts. I'll tell you.
Are they just going nuts?
Yeah, they are. But you know, and I understand why. It's like you hear all these things. The parents rely on schools not only for the kids to get smart, but so they can have some fucking sanity. You know, and my wife is dealing with both, and they're both fine, but they're kids. They want to be kids, and they'll run around in the back.
Hi guys, my Thursday night is so cool with y'all. I am ready for this thing to be over. I am chilling with my 4 cats: Luke, Leia, Mace, Vader. May the Force be with you always. My favorite old school memory is 300's show.
We had a cat named Luke and a cat named Leia when I was a kid, so I can sympathize with you.
Thank you, Lorna. Do you guys? It's so funny because those all blend together. Do you guys remember the 300th show?
Barely.
No, I don't.
I would need a touchstone. What was one of the things that happened?
I would assume it's like one of the last milestone shows that we did, because I don't remember.
Lucy Lucy?
No, that was number 200. It was 100 was at Toad Hop.
Where was 300 at
300 was at Collider. Yeah.
Oh, I don't. Yeah.
Yeah, that was towards. I know that some people kind of called in for it, but I know that 200 was probably my, out of all the milestone ones, that was definitely my favorite one. It was out of control. 100 was pretty good too. There was some really. I mean,
100 was where Ken roasted us, I believe, right?
That was 200.
200, yeah.
That was 200.
That was a good one.
Speaking of which, Ken, you got anything in the tank?
2 more minutes.
Okay. All right.
Oh, that's what's going. Okay.
Trying to figure something out.
That's fine. That's all right.
My favorite thing that you like me to do is do that.
You want to do that thing? What are you doing, Brian?
Keep it instead of this. It's this.
Oh yeah. Yeah. That was my favorite. Ellis, did I ever tell you that story? Like when I was going, when it was Schmoedown Spectacular, I think it might have been one or two, maybe 2. It was 2, and so and Riley is doing the interviews that day.
I was there. I was doing this with you.
Oh, that was one part. But then I'm going like this to wrap it up, and he keeps going longer. And I'm like, what are you? I'm like, come on. And he's like, that's what it means. It means go longer. I'm like, no, dude, this means to wrap it up. He's like, well, I don't know. I'm retired.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, but being with the kids, it's just like it's my wife she's a warrior, and I told the story this morning on SEN. It's like it's right now, it's such a strange time that everybody who like comes to the house, she's like, what do they want? Riley, I said it's like we had a UPS worker come by here today, and it was like ET. The end of ET when they all show up at the house. That's what it felt like.
Right?
Yeah. And we're just like, what do they want? Why are they at our house?
We've been having fire alarms going off randomly, which is hysterical. They're false alarms. They want and people are still going outside, and we're not doing that. But somebody knocked on my door, and it was a fireman the other night, and I was like, that. It felt like ET. I was like, whoa, hey, buddy, how you doing?
It's crazy. So I don't know. Yeah, Mark, do you go out at all? Ellis, do you go out at all, or you just been kind of you could find you at your house at all time unless you're doing door-to-door trivia?
I love what nerds you guys are. Is that a knock at the door happens and you guys instantly think you're in an alien movie? What a bunch of losers.
Oh, by the way,
where I live.
By the way, I saw your He-Man.
I am in an alien movie.
Yeah, hey Ellis, I saw your He-Man joke, fucko. It was awesome. It was really good. It was really good.
Thank you. I like, even when I was doing it on stage, I didn't really like connect the dots that you were the one that
You didn't remember that?
Because no, I remember having a conversation with you, but I've had that conversation with a couple of my friends from high school too, because they're on your side. They're like, "Oh, dude, He-Man's gonna be fucking epic," and I'm like, sorry, it doesn't pass the threshold for me. So,
meanwhile, Riley, I said he's dead to me.
You shared that with me. Remember, you sent me that text, and I started watching it, and I just sat back and went, yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah. Riley needed a little pick-me-up, so I sent him a snap clip. And with that, that was from Atlanta. And that's the real question about stand-up now is, like, because all this shit I'm working on, it's like, it's not finished, but it's like stuff I have, and it's the only way that I can get any new jokes out to the world. So I just hope people, if you come see me live, just still laugh at that, because it's the same shit I'm going to be doing. So I need you to still laugh.
I'm sure. It's funny. It's really, yeah, go ahead.
Ellis, when you wrote that, you wrote a tweet when you said you made somebody laugh when you were just out and about and you needed that. It just made a lot of sense for me and made me just love you, dude. I was like,
thoroughly enjoyed Collide Live and continue to enjoy Zen Live. But there's no question, just seeing the Schmoes no logo makes me smile a bit more.
Thank you, Morse Codes. Yeah, well, it was fun. I'll give all credit to Ellis here, because he called me last week and he's like, "Let's do something for the kids," and I was like, "Let's do it." So he and I were just did something on his show, and I actually didn't know that he was going to bring in everybody, like all the guests and everything. I thought he and I were just going to do something, and then all the old school peeps started showing up. I mean, shit, he got Tiffany to come in. That was awesome too.
That was amazing.
Look, I would encourage anybody, if you ever get a chance to get a leg up or to have an ace in your sleeve against Kristian Harloff, do it, because if you've known him for any amount of time, he's going to do something that surprises you. He's going to prank you. He's going to mess with you. So anytime you get the upper hand, you have to take full advantage. So I had to deploy all the.
It was good. It was really good. I was impressed. The show was fun. So anyway, I said to Mark, I was talking to him on the phone the other day, and I was like, let's for right now, we'll do like a limited series. And I don't know how long. You know, we don't even know if it has to be weekly, but we'll do it while this shit's going on. We'll do a limited series.
It's a limited series like Tiger King. By the way, I've been working on my Joe Exotic impression.
Oh, hit it.
Yeah. So I was watching today, and he's kind of like
Tommy from the Comedy Store.
Joe Exotic here. That bitch Carol Baskin, I'm trying to raise my tigers, and she keeps feeding her husbands to the cats.
Dude, this was you finally have an impression.
No, that's $100. That's $100, folks.
Oh man!
Can we get Joe Exotic talking to Alf in a conversation?
Oh my God,
now,
Alf!
Mark?
Yeah, can you do that? Can are you able to do them both back to back? What's Joe?
Hey, I'm Joe Exotic, and we got this new creature in stock from the planet Malmac.
Hey, what is this guy? I think he likes me. Why is he touching my dick?
What did we used to do? We used to do Tony Danza, Alf, and Arnold, right?
Yeah. Whenever we had Adam Frank come in, we're like, hey, Adam, what's new? Do your Tony Danza.
That was it. So how are you? How far into you? How far are you into Tiger King?
So I haven't actually been watching as much like TV or like binging kind of stuff, because most of the things that I've been watching, which some people may consider sad, is I'm watching old sports on YouTube. I'm watching a lot of 80s football games. I'm watching a lot of 90s basketball. I'm like 3 episodes into Tiger King, and I'm 3 episodes into Ozark season 3. And Ozark season 3 is it's not hooking me.
You're crazy. You're crazy. I'm obsessed. I'm like, I can't. I'm at the season finale. We just got to the season finale. Dude, really? You're 3 episodes in? You're not in it?
I'm waiting for Ruth to do, because Ruth was my favorite character.
Hey, Rara, am I interrupting you guys? You guys are my sanity during these crazy-ass times. My favorite moments on the show were whenever you did the celebrity impression dating game. It makes me so happy to see the Schmoes no logo again.
Yeah, we should probably thank you, Big Mo. Big Mo is a massive supporter over at SEN and the Schmoedown. I'm glad that he made his way over to the Schmoes Know reunion show. Yeah, I mean, I think that the celebrity impression dating game is something that we could possibly do down the line.
Thanks, Mom and Dad, for doing this. Bring a smile to my face. Holy shit, Mark Ellis, good one. And can you, my boy? Sorry, Mark, you could marry your future wife. It will come, my guy. Redskins for life.
Thank you. That was a good one. Pac-Man Dwayne.
Look at Ken. Look at Ken. Thoughts, Ken?
It's a living.
Not a fan of the Schmobot, huh?
It is what it is, man. I'm ready.
Fair enough. All right, you ready? You know what I will do. You know what the problem is? The problem is this, and I realize this. Normally, if you were here, I could turn the Schmobot off. I can turn them off while you're doing this thing. So, for the love of God, everybody, don't put a Schmobot in while Ken's doing the news, because then that'll be the last time Ken ever does the news. I know him too well. All right.
Apparently, people in the chat are not a fan of the Schmobot on this show, so I'm just gonna be a dick and send this in anyway. # Molly's schlong. Sorry, Mark, but I had to.
Yeah.
Yeah. The problem is I can't turn the Schmobot off because it's connected to the same thing that you guys are connected to. So if I do this, Mark Ellis, start talking. Then that's what happens when I turn the Schmobot off. He's gone and everybody's gone. So it's all connected to the same thing. So don't put in a Schmobot for a little bit, and we're going to let Ken do his news. So, ladies and gentlemen, please don't put any Schmobots in while we do the news. And you know what? I would actually ask this. And as much as we love the Schmobot,
Hey, Raring.
Oh, great.
Mark Ellis, I watched the Saints Super Bowl and the return to Superdome after Karina. # NOLA.
Yeah, we're going to hold off on the Schmobot. Thank you. Thank you. Just because, and we'll probably do it towards the end of the show. We'll open it up like the last half an hour. We'll open up to if you guys want to throw that in, and we answer your questions. But if you can hold back on the Schmobots, we would appreciate it. So I'm going to get to.
Wait, before we start the news, can I make a side bet with Riley? Riley, what are the odds that a Schmobot interrupts Ken's news?
Oh, it's happening. I would call the odds.
Well, it is now. Well, it is now. It wouldn't have. Ken, what do you think?
Just I'm ready, man. I'm ready.
All right, Ken, here we go. Ready?
I'm Ken Epsock, and these are your Schmoes Know headlines for a second reunion show of old-timers gathering to remember the good old days. So help me God, if that Schmobot interrupts me, I'll travel to your house and break your face with a bat. Funny, our first headline of the night. To save money, Disney has announced that their next movie, Star Wars Episode 10, Thanos' Revenge on Buzz Lightyear, will hit theaters in early 2021. Jeremy Renner has already been fired. It was announced today that AMC Movies will now be turned into an auto repair shop and cafe after one of their managers moved to Seattle. Movies will now be stories passed verbally around campfires, barbershops, and in the last car of a post-apocalyptic train heading for doom. Have you heard? Have you watched this series? The only form of television available to all the masses is a show called Tiger King, a docuseries on Netflix that is the heartwarming tale of one man, his murdering wife, and the tigers that should soon be beginning their revenge tour on mankind. But today, Tiger King will now be going to the stage as a musical starring Josh Gad, Roseanne Barr, and Bill Hader as all the tigers. David Lee Roth will write the music. And finally, last night, Tom Cruise came to me in a dream and said all we need to do to get through this is to gather ourselves in the spaceship, strap in, grab a packet of cookies, and head for a new planet that Xenu has bequeathed us called Mathover Prime. There, all of our pain will be forgotten, and our collective stress will vanish as our grand leader, Captain Hubbard, ascends from the sky in a golden yacht called the SS Jar Jar Sinks. Once there, will be beyond all of this. I'm Ken Epsock, and these are your Schmoes Know headlines for a second reunion show.
Yeah, Ken Epsock, look at that. Ken Knapsack, the best there is, the best there was, the best there ever was. Hey, and they did it no Schmobot. Ken, are you proud?
Oh, that's so sweet.
Isn't that nice?
That's sweet.
I got to get a shirt that says that. It's a living.
That was that was so great, kind of a spur of the moment thing.
Yeah.
And the fact that Ken's voice was a little echoey actually made the Xenu joke more epic.
Yeah.
So it was the perfect effect
So
to
nostalgic.
coincide with
Oh, look at
Oh,
that.
how I've missed the news.
Look, see? Right afterwards.
Oh, that's great.
Nice.
Fitting happens for you, Ellis. Sorry about that.
I
Man.
just said it's people just missing the news and happy to have the news back. So,
Yeah.
Am I still echoey?
no, you still echoey? It's
I don't
probably.
know. Am I?
Well, they say you were echoey during the news.
No, I could hear some echo during. It must have been the music. The music makes it.
It's the music. Yeah, it's like this is. I mean,
Yeah.
I figured out how to. Like, that was another of the big thing, Ken. Before, like the other day, we had gotten all the video in. I'm like, I got it, and then I couldn't fix this freaking echo, and the echo was going everywhere, and it's this stupid thing. Like when I push this on, there you go. Now, Ken, say something.
Now I don't
Now
know.
there's going to be a huge echo. Now it's gone. I figured out how to do it, but it was a struggle, and it's another reason why I got a migraine. Probably like 12 hours later.
Okay, I have a question about the music for the news. So what? That's
Hey,
Bret
Ken,
Hart.
this is for you.
Yeah.
Killing it just like always.
Thank you, Alex. What is Bret Hart? Bret Hart was.
Okay. Is it like a song that people play on the radio, or like what band is it? Or
No, it's a guy named. Is it the same guy as Jim Jeffries, Ken?
I don't know because it's an old theme. So who knows? Jimmy Hart could have had something to do with it back in the day. But then they redid it in the mid '90s, and then Natalia, Natty Neidhart started using it with the Tyson Kidd and Davey Boy Smith Jr. So yeah, I
There
don't
is
know.
no
It's gone through
entertainer out
various-
there like Sir Ken Knapsack.
People loving Ken. Thank you. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's good to have Ken back. Ken's been around for a very long time. We talked about it briefly on Ellis's show too, and that episode's really good, man. You got to go check it out. It was like we just kind of reminisced and went down memories past and talked about how it all started and how Ellis and I started reviewing. Oh, Ellis, do you know who I reached out to try to get on the show, but I didn't get a response?
I am going to go with Catherine Reitman.
Correct. I sent her a text.
Her and I have been chatting a little bit last week because her show just got picked up. Working Moms, I think, just got picked up for a new season on Netflix.
Awesome.
So she's doing great. She said that her and the family are all doing fine, and hopefully we can get her on something soon. But she sends her love to Schmoeville, and she's doing great.
I'd love to have her on. Yeah. So back to Tiger King. Ken, have you watched Tiger King?
I actually have not watched Tiger King.
You refuse?
Yeah. Well, no, because Grace is very familiar with the case. She listened to a podcast a while ago on it, so she just wasn't watching it. But she actually has begun watching it. But she's watching it without me. But I don't. It takes a while. I'll probably
Is it
rewatch
2021
the
yet?
again.
Hey, Kristian. I don't know if I should be happy or scared that you half figured out Skype. Anyway, congrats. I have respect and love for many of you here.
Thank
Hey,
you.
Mark, Ellis.
Oh, they're going to
Ellis.
get you. You know what? I know what I can do here.
Thanks, Steve.
Yeah. So I guess that's one of the I don't know how to change it, guys.
Hate to interrupt. I got introduced to the live show in Phase 6.
Much
but
respect for
started
most
watching
of
your
you.
reviews
Yeah,
about
love
a
it.
year before. Got me watching a lot more different movies. Thank you guys for all that you do. Watch every day, and can't wait for what comes next.
Thank you, guys.
Okay, Kristian. I know
I could just give people my PayPal.
Yeah. I don't know how to change it while we're doing this.
I was going to say, it's fine if you can't change the Schmoebot. If you can change where the money to the Schmoebot goes, because I can give you my bank account. You can just route it right in there.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know how to do it. That part I don't know how to do.
I will do this for you, though, Kristian.
Yes.
Maybe not tonight, but on a future show, if we do another one of these, and that's a big if, I think we should do a thing where I have to take a sip of beer every time there's a Schmoebot.
Oh my God.
That's not safe.
I
No.
will also do that.
We can't. Do you get hammered
I'll
off
go there with you. I'll sip some wine every time.
Not tonight, next week.
next week?
Yeah.
All right, we'll do it. You guys are gonna be shithoused.
Mm-hmm.
It's a Thursday.
It's a Thursday. That's true. I mean, is it a Thursday or is it a Thursday or Riley? Is it a Thursday or is it just day?
Guys, I'm just very excited that Merry Christmas is all I want to say, guys. Merry
Seriously.
Happy holidays.
Even you know what's so funny is that my sister-in-law today, she was on the phone. She definitely, I think she's another one who's just nervous about everything, right? But she says today, she's like, be ready. We're going to be locked into this thing until December. And I'm like, and at first I'm like, there's no way. And then in my head, I'm like, oh my God, are we going to be doing this? How long do you think this is going to go? Ken, start with you.
I think into August.
Yeah?
Yeah, I do.
Riley?
Yeah, listen, we had to do a lot of research on this thing to find another date for the wedding.
Yeah.
I think it will. I think at least July, August. I think Ken, you're probably right. I think we could be. At least it's not going to be something that they're just going to go, great, open the gates. It's going to be a process.
What do you think? What do you think, Ellis?
I think that I think the veil's going to lift, and I think it's going to be the day after Riley and Julie's wedding in October.
Mark, you have no idea. That's exactly what scares the shit out of me.
Yeah.
It scares the shit out of me that I'm going to have to move my fucking wedding for a second time.
That's right.
Can I tell you, and look, okay, Riley, you may be a little more disappointed than I was that the wedding got moved, but I was really looking forward to that hotel.
Man, you got the good room.
I got the suite. I got the palatial estate, ocean view. I was pumped to have the classic Mark Ellis Red Roof Inn Schmoedown weekend parties in the biggest hotel I've ever been in. And now we got to wait until October. So I might be more disappointed than Julie.
I mean, you uttered 4 words at one point when you were hanging out with me and Julie, and it was bathtub of Coors Light. And it was like, we got our after party.
Yeah, I had the surf room right next to Mark. I think Ellis. I think we were gonna have a weekend, man.
You guys, all 3 of you were you were good groomsmen. You all got your rooms and your tuxes and.
No. I didn't get
I had ordered my tux, but I hadn't received it yet.
Nope.
You didn't even order it yet?
Ellis, I will say this, and I do remember you telling me in a text, don't worry, taken care of, got the tux.
I didn't say that. I
said
it's
something
handled.
along those lines.
I texted you, it's handled.
It's handled. Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I did I would have to log into that thing to see how you guys were doing on it. And most of you, but you had like one step missing, Ellis. And I wanted to tell you, but then the pandemic happened.
No.
And I went, you know what? It's a wash. Water under the bridge.
He gently brought it up to me. Is it Riley texted me? He's like, hey, man, just to be sure, you're not wearing the orange shoes to my wedding, right?
Did she really?
That's what Riley texted me. I don't know if the conversation.
I believe it for sure.
There was a little bit about that. Yeah, there was. I will say, Kristian, this isn't live or anything, so this won't get out or anything. But Julie wasn't crazy about your shoes that
I know.
Sadie took those pictures of.
No, I know the ones. That was the only ones that I had. But it's like, but they didn't go. They didn't go with the tux. But it's like, hey, you don't want to include the shoes. What do you want me to do?
Yeah, that was on my list of things to talk to people about, and then here we are. It's fine.
It worked out for you.
Figured out.
Yeah, it worked out for you. Don't have to worry about it. I'll tell you though, Riley, as much as like it must have been stressful for you for all this stuff like that, it had to get canceled. Honestly, now you don't have to stress about a wedding for like another couple of months.
I'll tell you what, you're not wrong, dude.
Yeah,
it's something weird that we had to put that pause. We had to hit it right when it was about to get crazy. We had to hit pause. And so it was a little bit of a like, okay. And Julie's been a rock through this because I'm the one that's like losing my mind. And she's like, pops some wine and walks off and just beautiful and everything. And so we're like, fine. And she's like, yeah, it gives us time. It's exactly as you're saying.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. And again, lucky that there's no kids running around right now. You guys would be losing your minds.
Oh yeah, we're fine. We just got a fur baby that is actually a great dog. So we're not.
How is the dog doing? How's Leia doing?
She loves that we're always home.
Yeah.
I've never seen a dog.
That's pretty cool.
Just love having two people. Julie and I will have those moments where we'll hug each other and just be like, hey, we'll get through this, babe. And my dog will come right in between us, going, what's going on, guys? She loves having us home.
Yeah. So Ken, were you on the desk with Ellis when that shit went down with Odd Couple and Who's the Boss?
Is that the Idris Elba stuff?
Yeah.
It was.
It just aired recently. It's like, I mean, it was like Watergate.
Yeah. Look, man, I get the game evolves, and so this isn't a super negative thought. I've never thought the whiteboards were anything other than prove you didn't cheat. So I still to this day, if you misspell it or something, I don't care. Like so I know I'm maybe in the minority on that, but so I was at the desk just like, all right, he clearly knew it, but what are we gonna do?
Yeah, that's true. And Ellis, have you got any blowback from it? Because from a lot of people don't know, you initially ruled it against because most people think that you made the initial call that was the right call. And then I came in, we had the conversation about it, and then we decided to turn it into something else. But
you sure did.
Here's the real tragedy of that ruling is that the fact that the challenge happened totally washed away a great joke that I had, because whoever it was sitting, I held up Idris Elba and said, Idris Elba, Black Superman. Then I said, that is correct. Now we go to White Superman, Mark Riley. And it got a huge laugh in the room. And I was sure it was going to kill. And then the challenge happens.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah, that was Snyder that said it, and I answered, and then Draco was the last. So, yeah. It was a good joke. I did.
It was a real bummer for me.
I have solved the Schmobot problem for the night.
Yeah.
It's $100. So I don't think anybody's going to do it. So I did it just for today. It'll go back to normal. It'll go back to normal tomorrow.
I'll do this for the Schmoebot then. If it's $100, then I'm going to go get a Bud Light. Okay. The first person to do the Schmoebot for $100, I will chug said Bud Light.
You slam it down.
I will finish however much is
left.
left.
You better be careful. Jake Yacovetta's in the chat room.
The problem is if something bad happens, Mark, we can't go over there and save you. Like if you get alcohol poisoning, you're on your own.
With one Bud Light, you have to eat 40. You have to drink 40 Bud Lights in order to even get buzzed.
Yeah,
Look, Ken,
chugging water.
You and I have had many deep conversations. You know this is how I want to die, in my apartment, drunk, playing weed golf with no pants on.
That's true. I'm not going to take that dream away from you.
Yeah, it's so funny. Absolutely. No, Kelex, we can't do that. It doesn't work. So anyway, going back.
I had a fun game, Kristian. I'm just trying to
visit
drum up.
There you go.
$100 to send a Schmobot or $100 to fix the Schmobot issues.
Go get it, Ellis.
Who was it?
Lucas Shashek.
Oh my God.
Go get the beer. That was easy.
That was.
It's gonna be shit. He's gonna be shit house by the time it's over.
Yeah. Wow.
Look at Riley.
I love Ken's
the best.
I don't understand. Like, what are you doing, man? Like,
it's like Sebastian. What are you? Oh, it's so good. Thank you, Lucas. You're the man. That was awesome.
All right.
Back?
By the way, I didn't say I was going to do this for every Schmo, but I said I'd do it for the first one.
Yeah, until this is over, you're like, all right.
Oh, this is good.
Oh man, I'm actually afraid. I've got some
here he goes.
going on.
Here we go.
Do this.
You want some music? I'll give you some music. Hold on, I'll give you some music. I got some good music for you. It's perfect for you. Tell me when you're ready.
I am ready to go.
Oh my God.
Get your keys out. You got a shotgun.
You got another one here. They just put another 100 and said you got to shotgun it. You got to hit again with another one.
Oh my God.
Nice job. Well done. You got hit with another one.
It's so cold. It was cold on my throat. That's why.
Yeah, that's the worst part of it.
Yeah. Well, as you did it, someone threw another 100 and said, now you got to shotgun it.
Okay, I'll do one more at 9 p.m.
No more at 9. Okay,
20 minutes. That's good. That's
right.
good.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, take your time. Otherwise, you're going to be.
Well, I also got 10 milligrams of THC pumping through my.
Man, come on, you're going to end up being like Keith Moon, man. I don't want to hear about this. You're going to wake up in your own vomit.
What's different?
Who's going to have to get a different drummer?
What's
I want you guys to realize how much sad it is being a comic during the quarantine versus being a rock star in the 70s. Because if you died as a rock star in the 70s, you died with like drugs and women and fucking
Ham sandwiches.
Ham sandwiches, yeah.
I'm gonna die with a bunch of Magic the Gathering open packs right around my body and some 1980 tops.
Ken, how did you become the most reasonable out of all of us? How'd that happen?
I don't know. I look. Mark's turned to drugs, which concerns me. You've become a family man, which, believe me, there's a lot of stories I can't reconcile from the past with what you are now. And Riley, I love to death. So he was already a hesher. So I don't know. I just don't know what's going on. I just don't. But this has always been me, right? I've always been me.
It's the grouchy charm that makes you Ken. What?
I'm not. Grace and I are watching Curb Your Enthusiasm. She's never seen it, and she's watching. We're about 4 seasons in, and at least 3 times an episode, she turns to me and she's just like, "This is you," and I'm like, I can't live with that. But I guess you're right.
Yeah. Pretty accurate.
Ken, if I can ask, can you tell a story if you ever had to like incapacitate a drunk person at your mall over there in Northridge with the Grove?
God, ever?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, ever? Oh, many times. There was one night 4 separate teenagers OD'd on Four Loko.
Jeez.
And we had to do that. But I think I've told the story before. I arrested Henry Hill. Yes. The late Henry Hill, who was Ray Liotta played him in Goodfellas. Yeah, I arrested Henry Hill. He was
dude. Ken, are you serious?
100% serious.
I did not even know you did. Oh my God.
Yeah, okay. He was cousin. He was drunk. He was really disheveled. His sweater inside out, and I didn't know who he was. And you guys know me. I don't watch movies, so I never seen Goodfellas. Oh. So me and my friend, who's an off-duty cop, go up to talk to him. He pushes my friend, so we arrested him. It was not a very violent arrest, but we put him in handcuffs and walk away. And he looks at me, and goes, "I'm Henry Hill." And I go, "Well, yeah, I've seen Young Guns. I know Billy the Kid who killed you in the outhouse. I totally get it, Henry Hill." And he's like, "What the fuck are you talking about? I was in the Army." And he shows me his tat and everything. And we arrested him and found out later it was the Henry Hill.
Did you wind up seeing Goodfellas after that?
I eventually have seen it. Yeah, I did.
Was it like an oh shit moment after that?
Well, no, I'll tell you what the old shit moment was. I looked up the next day because what happened was, true story, we had his picture up on the wall because we banned him. One of my employees walks in and goes, "Oh, I know him. It's Henry. I go to AA with him."
Oh no!
Well, geez, something's not working. And he tells me who is. So I look up the story, and I had taken a picture of him in handcuffs on the arresting bench. And there was a picture, from the FBI back in the day when they took a picture of him in handcuffs, and I was like, "Oh no!" And the mob came after. I might be in trouble. I might be.
Oh no!
But it was all right. It was all right. Yeah, no. But that was. I've had a lot of fun with drums.
Was that at the Grove?
No. When I was director of public safety over in Northridge.
Okay, that was some of my favorite times. So I would go a couple different things I would do. Like when I was working on Grasping at Straws, which is the show that we all shot together. Ken was working over there, and I would every day you and I would have like lunch together. Yeah, we'd have lunch and we'd talk, and we would either write jokes or we would write stuff for the show. And that was awesome. That was a good time.
You'd come every day, bipping on down, listen to your headphones. You go to Phil's Deli, you get a chicken salad sandwich.
Yep.
We'd go up to the second level and we'd plan out
chicken salad at Phil's. Huh?
You plan it out, yeah.
The chicken salad sandwich at Phil's. It was delicious. It was really
I've never
good.
had it. I would always go pastrami and Swiss.
It's good too. It's still there, right, Phil's?
Yeah, Riley and I had breakfast there about 2 months ago.
That's
right?
usually that's what I would get if I wasn't getting the egg sandwich. I mean the chicken salad sandwich. It was that. Egg sandwich.
I don't do farmers markets.
No.
Nope.
Well, not now.
But it's not. It's not a farmer's market. It's
a bunch of restaurants. Let's call it what it is.
I know
stands with restaurants so we can get good food.
Look, it's a serious thing we're all dealing with right now. But when I go to a farmer's market, I'm like, this is where disease is born. Where if I go a block down, there's a wood ranch right there. There's a cheesecake factory. In the other direction, there's an umami burger right there. Why am I going to a farmer's market? It feels like I have to barter. Like, hey, I'll give you 4 chicken legs for some ribs.
How many pence do you have in your pocket?
That's
Drop those in there in that can there, and you can get yourself a steak.
That's
Yeah,
how you
let's
do
go
it.
to Phil's and get a sandwich. Oh, wait, I forgot my beaver pelts at home.
Ken, how badly though do you wish? Like, remember, because these guys, all they had to do was sit in front of the mic, and me and you, that were worrying about a lot of this stuff as far as how we were going to set all this shit up. Because Ellis and I would find the location, and then we'd have to set it up. When we were in between phase 3 and phase 5, like that 4 was such a strange thing. Thank God, drama 3, 4, they were nice. The two set us up, but that setup was such crap. Can you imagine? Not their office, just the stuff that we were using. And can you imagine if we had this? This was, I don't know if we would have ever left.
Oh, with the fact that we can all do this, I mean, yes, Echo and all the jokes aside of some of the tech issues, I mean, the fact that we can do this from our home studios, everything, it's changed the game. I mean, if people forget, when we were doing Schmoes live, like at Toad Hop, like that was not a lot of people were doing that, cameras, podcasting,
right.
And so much has changed.
Well, we were doing, I mean, Mark Ellis, when we were doing live, you remember we had to have that, it wasn't like a super negotiation or anything too, but the question was, when we started doing at AfterBuzz, from the way that it worked was AfterBuzz ran their whole network. We were still able to run our show the way we wanted to, and we did it live on our channel. But that was the thing. They said, "Do you have to do it live?" And we said, "Well, yeah." Remember that? We said we want to do it live, and they said, "Well, nobody's really doing the live shows. It's like live to tape," and we're like, "We want to do it live." And then not too long after, and to Kevin Undergaard's credit, like he said, "You guys, you're right. That's working." And he took AfterBuzz live, the whole thing.
Yeah, my favorite thing about AfterBuzz is because we were coming off having done a live show for a couple of years and then not getting to do a live show for a month, and we're like, no, this show needs to be live. But then it might even been the first show we did at AfterBuzz. It's just like how much of a motley crew we were to them.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
We were walking into their nice, pristine house and their beautiful studio, and everybody was very like dressed up and buttoned up and made up and like doing a very professional show. And then you have like the Delta Taukai house in the back that's just drinking beers and like cracking jokes and swearing and burping and farting and stuff. And it was just such a pirate ship. It was cool to feel like we were like the Oakland Raiders in the 1970s.
Yeah. They hated us. They hated us.
Not Kevin and those guys, but the actual people. Like the hosts,
the staff,
the host.
Kevin, Phil, Steven, Roxy, Kathy, Kelly. They didn't hate us, but they were friends with us. They do it, but no. Well, Roxy hated us at first, but
right. Well, because
it just people were like, we're here to review The Bachelor, and we're just like,
well, you got Finstock walking in there with his shirt off, and everybody's hammered, and because it was Thursday nights, and everybody was shit faced, and we were like, but we were having a good time, having a lot of fun, and just it was always like, all right, let's go to Chili's afterwards, and people are looking around, going, what in the world is that show that Kevin let in here?
Us, everybody, come on, we're going to Chili's.
And why is that guy screaming about getting the shits at Chili's?
Hey,
oh yeah.
Look, I knew this was going to come up, and before Mark Riley almost died at Chili's, I will say that I really think that there is a chance for Mark Riley and our waitress Kendra, who we had like a year in a row every Thursday. There was something there. That's all I'm going to say.
I think.
Remember, it was quite the romance then.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the whole thing.
I had the potato skins, and that romance was over pretty quick.
That was the first. I mean, there were a lot of fun. There were a lot of fun episodes there. I mean, I think for me, it was phase 3 was my favorite, which was the Toad Hop years, and then phase 5, which was the AfterBuzz. I think phase 5 of the AfterBuzz house. Once we moved over, and again, nothing to them. It's just that studio that they moved into is perfect for what they do now. It didn't fit our show anymore when they moved it. It was just too small for us.
Well, I think of that house too. I mean, that's where the birth of the Schmoedown was.
Yeah.
That's where a lot of the trial of JTE. A lot of my favorite memories. Bringing Cal in. Yeah. Cal was in there all the time. Every time I would walk in, he was with me. That place was great.
I have to make a quick point here. There's someone in the chat room, and their name is Mrs. Doubtfire's Cake Face. and their comment was, "It's a run by fruit."
Wow, you definitely chugged that thing. You sure it was just Bud Light?
It was funny.
No, it was. I was talking about that yesterday. We were going over like some of our like favorite movies and movies that we just like. That's a movie I'll watch it anytime it's on. I absolutely love that movie. Ken, have you caught up on any movies since you've been in the prison?
Oh no.
No.
Oh, I don't get movies. No. I've been watching. I'm trying to watch that baseball doc you sent me.
Yes.
I've finally had a chance to watch the Hulu doc on the Dana Carvey show. No joke. I've watched the Eagles doc a couple times, and then the ZZ Top doc's next on my list too. That's what I like. That's the stuff I like.
Yeah. And what else was I going to ask you, Ellis? Oh, yes. So I sent both Ken Knapsack and my buddy Mike Citizen. I sent them the 1986 Year to Remember from the Mets. Now, I'm a Yankee fan, but this is the documentary that not only made me like really respect, obviously, what the Mets did that year, but it also it brought my love into like editing and music montages. It is filled with just wonderful 80s music montages and videos. Ken, you still haven't watched it?
What's that? The Met one?
Yeah.
No, because it's only on your text link, right? Where can I find it?
You can find it. You can find it on YouTube. Just go to YouTube and put 86 Mets Year to Remember. And it's so good. It's so good. And I was talking to my buddy Mike about it this morning, and we're like, it's really good. It's you can see I took a little bit of a montage out of that with the Schmoedown and stuff that we're doing with it. Yeah.
Did they interview the players, or is it like a season retrospective? Because I'd love to hear Lenny Dykstra and
it's both, dude. It's both. You Ellis, I should have sent it to you too, because you'd really love it. You'd really love it also. It's no pun intended. It's amazing. Yeah.
Okay. I'm in. I thought of a game that I could play with Kristian. I guess everybody else can play too.
Yeah.
Kristian. So because remember when we used to do movie reviews?
Yeah, I remember that.
Okay.
Fans remember it too, because they want us to do it again.
I went, well, unfortunately, or I guess fortunately, we have kind of a break in that right now.
Yeah.
But so I went way back and I picked a random movie that we reviewed, and the trivia game is you have to guess which one of us scored it higher.
Okay,
that's fine.
I like that. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So today's movie is About Time, starring Justin Timberlake.
About who scored that higher? Okay, so let's let Ken and Riley start first, right?
How about everybody just guesses what we scored it?
Oh, okay. You're gonna do it that way?
Yeah, I'll tell you who's closest.
Out of how many Schmoes back then?
5, and you can use decimals.
Oh, we lost Riley. Hold on.
Yeah, Riley fell off the train here.
Let's see,
Kicked him out of the back.
Not on purpose. Let me see. I'll put him back in. Try to get it.
Welcome to halftime of the Schmoes reunion show.
I think I'm back.
You're back. All right. But
that was weird.
Audio's back at least.
Yeah, the audio's back. But
Sorry about